Right then, we've got these questions I want to go through. First things first. This is video number 92, and probably going to put this into 2 parts, so that's probably that 93 videos. We're getting closer to the magic 100, guys, which people said we'd never do. So I want to thank everybody that's followed the channel. First thing I want to mention before I forget is that the K Official, the people that sponsor me, the clothing company, that they do Carlton Leach clothing collection, they do a Porky's Corner collection, they probably do other people, but I'm no big shot, I'm not famous or anything, but every t-shirt or hoodie or tracky top that's sold, £4 of that goes to a gym called Mickey's Athletic in Mexborough, Doncaster. He's the father of Josh Whale. So if anybody's thinking about buying any gifts for the birthday or Christmas, you know, get in touch with K Official, at K Official on Twitter, and they'll sort you out what you need, t-shirts, or any companies that want t-shirts done, they'll sort all that out for you, and they'll donate £4 into a pot. And when there's so much there, it'll go to Josh and Mick for the club. It's a good little club, boxing club in community, and they do a lot with troubled youth. So just pointing that out. I don't make a penny off that. Josh and Mick are dealing with K Official because I get a bit paranoid. I think it's a bit cringe talking money, innit? I've never. So I'm not. It's a non-profit channel. I'm not in this for money. Where the channel goes in the next year or so, I don't know. There's a lot of talk at the moment, but that's all it is, just talk. People want to chat and meet you and want to put stuff to me and things like that, and it's all quite promising, but there's nothing concrete at the moment. I'm just plodding on. It's a hobby and I'm enjoying it. So that's the main thing, innit? I'm not going out breaking law or doing anything. I'm not mugging people or burgling people or terrorising neighbourhoods like I used to do when I was a kid. It's something that's close to my heart, boxing. I've always loved boxing, and I like going out to Mick's club, and if I can help Mick in any way, that's brilliant. He's a close friend of mine, and Mick's got cancer. He's not very well, and him and his sons are all close, and if I can do anything to help Mick Whale, I will. I like going down there with camera and giving his lads a bit of exposure. Now IFL and Behind the Gloves, Fight Hype and Seconds Out, all these big guys who do what I do, they're all affiliated. They've all got over you need 1,000 subscribers to be affiliated. None of them seem to bother about the boxing clubs around here. I don't see any of them at Mick's club. I don't see any of them at Steffi Bull's club. Now I have a love-hate relationship with Steffi Bull, because that's because he's a piss taker. He's always fucking full of it, aren't they? Full of banter down there. They're always taking piss, but I've got no bad in my heart against him, and I think that people should go down to his club and see what he's done. It's a great club what he's got, Steffi. It's all high-tech stuff, and he's done well for his son, and he's on the shop floor every day. So like I said the other day, I saw him 7:30 going over to Asda for some milk. You know, he'd obviously just opened his gym up. It's an hard old slog, but he's on the shop floor. Now, people should get behind them. All these so-called people who are all chasing your Joshuas, your Tyson Furies, your Wilders, your Billy Joe Saunders, Kell Brook, Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn. They're chasing them for the views, your Furies, Peter Fury and them. How many times do you see me sticking a camera in Peter Fury's face? I don't bother. I can go to his house any day of the week, or Robin Reed's. I don't bother, I don't push it. We're not registered to make money on views. For me to drive out to Bolton and back, it's a 25 quid in petrol, innit? And time and effort. Now, if I have to go out there and help Peter, I will, but it's not something that I want to do. Peter, do you think Peter likes having cameras stuck in his face? So, all the questions I've had about why don't you do more Peter Fury interviews, mainly because of the story about Peter's pit bull, Leonard. If you go onto the video I did, where I did them couple of days filming, told the story about Leonard, the pit bull who had the fight with the Alsatian, If you go onto my channel, it's one of, I think it's the second most popular video, and I've had 9 questions about that out of these here. 9 questions about Leonard, the dog. Bless him. He ended up with a door wrapped around the back of his head, didn't he, Peter's dog? But yeah, Peter's a character, but I'm not going to force issue. If Peter wants me to do an interview, I'll pop over and see him. But I see him often enough, and sometimes when you mates with people, you don't have to keep sticking cameras in the face. It's not like Ingram or IFL going and they're doing the job, aren't they? They're registered for views, so I'm not going to be sticking a camera in Peter's face in foreseeable future. I might do it when near at time when he fights you. I might do, but I might not. It's not something that I like doing to mates. I don't like to abuse the friendship. And Peter's right on man assy. If he's not into interviews and stuff like that. Huey, you can't get 2 words out. Huey. Savannah Marshall's very shy. So I think the only person who speaks in that gym is Robin Reed and Frank. They're the only ones who say anything. And me if I go. So, but anyway, that's by the by. I want to thank SAS Digital, Matt and Jeremy. They've been great, and I hope we're going to do some work in future. Robin Reed for your multivitamins, they've been brilliant. Thank you very much for them, Robin. And all the people whose brains that I pick all the time on a daily basis, Terry Chappendama. People's brains that I pick constantly. There's Gerard, I pick his brains a lot, and he's a good boxing person. Gaz, him. There's Claire, is it Claire Marsh? Stacey Cross, loads of them, Bunny, all of them. I all pick the brains. I like to keep, as Mr. Current Affairs, keep abreast of things, so to speak. But anyway, that's by the by. That's that one done. Let's go through these questions now then. There were 127 questions, I picked 50. But there were more votes than there were questions for the helmet one. People want to get it out of the system. It was a helmet, don't they, I suppose. But there tended to be more votes for that than there has been questions. But there's 127 and there were 9 about Peter's dog. And I don't really want to bring that up because Leonard died and they obviously loved him. So, well, I have rung it up and I just now. But for the people that ask him what happened to Leonard, he died, he passed away. But he lived that day. They had to take him to the vet. But anyway, the first question, Porky, who wins, David Price versus Dave Allen? That's from Ratneck on YouTube. If you go onto YouTube, you'll see Ratneck. He comments on my videos. Who wins in David Price and Dave Allen? If they fight in 2 or 3 months, I think David Allen would be an underdog in that fight, Ratneck. That's just my opinion. Even though he's a mate, he'd be an underdog. Number 2, Hearn saying Usyk, Porky. Hearn signing Usyk, Porky. What do you make of that? Tony in London on YouTube. You go on YouTube, you'll see Tony's on there. Hearn signing Usyk. I think that's a good signing. He's got all the cruiserweight belts. Joshua's got all the heavyweight belts except 1. So I think that he's just basically trying to dominate in Eddie Hearn. He's got 1 weight division locked up in the cruiserweights and he's nearly got the heavyweight one on lockdown. Now, if Usyk goes up to heavyweight, all them belts are going to be freed up and Eddie will be able to spread them about with the governing bodies. He'll be able to keep in control, won't he? But we're going to see, aren't we? But I'd have thought he'd want that Bellew fight, but you don't know, do you? They play cat and mouse, don't they? Every now and then they go quiet and then surprise us, don't they? Like Kell Brook, Golovkin, and surprised us with Usyk signing. I didn't see that. I never thought he'd go to them, but you never know, do you? He's not going to sell tickets, is he? He's not English, but you don't know. Number 3, what's your favourite boxer of all time, Porky? Jim in Leeds. That's Carl Froch. Number 4, is Lee Froch a good boxer, Porky? Jim in Leeds. So he obviously knew my answer, didn't you, Jim? Lee's alright, yeah. Lee were amateur when Carl were amateur. He's older than Carl, but Lee was amateur. and he's got a bigger punch than Carl, and he fights this Friday for the EBF European title at heavyweight, Leif Roch. So if you want any details on Leif Roch's fight, go to Leif Roch's website, or Leif Roch's Twitter, sorry, at Leif Roch, and he will no doubt tell you where to go, where he's fighting at for tickets and that. Number 5, do you rate women's boxing, Porky? Joanne in Liverpool. I'm not a fan of women's boxing, but I do appreciate that it's hard work to be a boxer and it's tough. And I'm good friends with Jane Couch, and I'm a friend of Savannah Marshalls, and Jane Couch were a 5-time world champion, and Savannah is the only person to beat Clarissa Shields, isn't she? She's double Olympic champion and she's a world champion at the moment. And Savannah, who's trained by Peter Fury, she beat Clarissa in the Worlds, won a gold medal. Clarissa won a silver. So, and Savannah Marshall can fight. She punches like a mule. So, good luck to him. But I wouldn't like to see my daughter do it. But it's each to their own, innit? So, number 6, Porky, have you a girlfriend? Jonathan in West Yorkshire. That's a bit nosy, that, isn't it, Jonathan? Hey, what do you think? Have a guess. Number 7, do you rate Dominic Ingle as a trainer, Porky? Derek in Rotherham. Yeah, I suppose you could say. I won't say it's best in world. If he were best in world, Towers would have beat Lucas Brown, wouldn't he? Adam Etchitts would have been undefeated, wouldn't he? The fighter makes the trainer. So Kell Brook would have beat Golovkin, would have beat Spence, wouldn't he? Because they said Kell were a beast, didn't they? And they said that when he fought Golovkin, Kell's a beast, and the weight's not an issue, he'll be bigger than Golovkin. Then when he fought Spence, they said Kell's got the Ingle style and he deals with southpaws no problem. He didn't deal with Spence, did he? So is Dominic Ingle a good trainer? Yeah, he's a good trainer. Is he the best in the world? No. Is he best in area? I don't know. Jury's out. He obviously knows his stuff, doesn't he? So we're not going to slag him off. We'll keep it clean today for a change. 8, will Usyk fight Bellew? Frank in Hatfield. Well, I don't know. They're already coming out with little obstacles already, aren't they? How can there be any obstacles? He's got Usyk signed and governing bodies are in his lap. And since when have the WBA been a problem to Eddie fucking Hearn? Jesus! All of a sudden, WBA are throwing a mandatory in middle of Lebedev. Come on. Looks to me like Bellew was looking for a fucking way out. Come on, Eddie Hearn can get an exemption just like that anytime he wants. Or pay step aside money. Come on. He don't want fight, does he, Bellew? He wants one more pay-per-view, but where's he going to get an easy one? Andre Ward isn't an easy one, is it? But they could sell that because of Creed connection. They were in the Creed film. That only leaves Stevenson, and he'd have to drag him up £25, and he's 41 years old. So that's the easy one for him, innit? Stevenson fighting for his old belt, which means Usyk would have to vacate. That's what I think they're going to do. Because he's not going to fight Dillian White, surely. Dillian White would spank him. Number 9, did Billy Joe Saunders beat my mate John Ryder? Mike in Leeds. Oh, your mate is him, Mike, John Ryder. Yeah, I think Billy Joe Saunders beat John Ryder. He squeaked by him on a mandatory decision. I think he just beat him, yeah. And he also says, who's an up and coming trainer at the moment? I'm going to say Dave Allen because he's doing his amateur badges. Number 10 is Steffi Bull, your mate, Paul in Dennerby. Is that Paul Bullcroft? He's sort of me mate. He pisses me off sometimes, but if he were getting filled in Conyers, I'd have to break it up, wouldn't I? If he were getting filled in there one night, I'd have to break it up, wouldn't I? So, number 11 is boxing going in right direction. Jamie in London. Yeah, I think it is. It's on everybody's lips at the moment, isn't it? Number 12, which trainer do you rate, Porky? Who don't get much hype? Ryan in Leeds. Mark Tibbs. I think what Mark Tibbs has done is nothing short of a miracle. He's got Dillian White in fantastic shape and just stopping people, hasn't he? I think he's done a fantastic job. He's obviously learnt very well off his dad. So, Mark Tibbs, you don't see him in every interview, do you? Shouting and roping and selling himself like them TV trainers, you know. We know what we're on about, don't we? You know, your Gallagher's, Colwell, Sims and all that. You can't get them off at telly, can you, when the fighters have had a win? When they've had a loss, they just go missing, don't they? Mark Tibbs, yeah, I like it. I like how he goes about his business, very quiet. Very, very quiet, and obviously he's learnt off a great guy, and his dad, who's a legend, Jimmy Tibbs. I don't like to bring this up, but Jimmy Tibbs got 10 year, and he went no comment, and a lot of them got locked up, and they all went no comment. They were all hardcore guys, and I've got a lot of respect for Jimmy Tibbs. If anybody wants to read a good book, go and read Jimmy Tibbs' book. Was Pelly Reid any good, Porky? Mike in Kettering. Yeah, he was alright. He beat Vitaly Klitschko, didn't he, at World Kickboxing Championship. So obviously he was a tough kid, the right specimen of a fighter, but he got found out, didn't he, at boxing, at heavyweight. So 14, is Adam Smith really cringy? Liam Blythe, yeah, very cringy. I've met him. He is fucking ultimately cringy. He's also a helmet. He's in top 15 on my list for fans have voted for. Question 15, why is Eddie Hearn tagging in Putin in every video conversation he has with Coogan on IFL he is doing at the moment regarding Joshua Povetkin? I don't know, that's from Melvin in Otley. I don't know why Eddie does that. He's trying to create hype, innit? Oh, Povetkin's here and he's coming from Putin's country and he's going to be government funded, trained and machined, and Ivan Drago and all that shit. End of the day, he's a 6'1.5" cruiserweight who's 40 next birthday. Get a fucking grip, Eddie. It's a mismatch and Joshua will run straight over him. Question 16, is Glyn Rhodes hard? Michael in Sheffield. Yeah, Glyn Rhodes is very hard. Ask Johnny Nelson. Question 17, has Johnny Nelson gone hardcore? Lee in Rothley. Yeah, he's gone hardcore, but only for a few minutes. When he was on that interview the other day on IFL and he's saying that Amir Khan beats Kell Brook. He's only doing that so Amir signs for the fight, innit? He's not going to go against his guy Kell Brook. It's all a trick, innit? It looks like Amir Khan's not fighting Brook now, he don't want it. Unlucky. Question, but I hope they fight, but I don't think they're going to do. Question 18, why don't IFL and Behind the Gloves do more videos at novice level and amateur level? Stacey in Basildon. I mentioned about that earlier. I agree with you. It's left to the people who are not as popular as them and who don't earn a living out of it to give exposure to the young novices. So yeah, I agree. When was the last time IFL and Behind the Gloves came up to Doncaster to gyms? Question 19, will Froch make a comeback? Mark in Glasgow. No, he won't. He's had his nose and his teeth done. Question 20, will Robin Reid make a comeback, Rust? Is it true you signed him for Dennis Hobson? Mark's wife Alicia, Glasgow. Yeah, I signed Robin Reid for Dennis a little over a year ago. And the deal was, if Dennis could deliver the Joe Calzaghe fight, Dennis spoke to Gareth Williams, is it? And he spoke to Enzo Calzaghe, and Joe wasn't coming out of retirement. That was about the time just before Steve Collins ran about coming out and fighting Ben. So we had to get in there quick, but no, nothing to come of it. But that's a true story. Porky, do you ever get anyone ever comment on why you're called Porky? Peterborough in Rothley, Leicester, is it? Can't read that right. Yeah, I suppose I do get people asking why I'm called Porky. It's because I'm slim, obviously, innit? You know, if you're 4 stone, 4.5 stone overweight, you know, you're not going to be called slim, are you? Question 22, do you know why Brook Khan has never happened, Porky? Yeah, probably because of egos and people in background and blah de blah. Question 23, Porky, why Coogan putting up sexual titles all the time, like the Hearn Hard-On title the other day on the Ayers signing, or the bum thong, the girl who beat Jonas with the thong. He focused in on that as the cover picture. And the Dave Allen weigh-in that got 10 million views, where it said hung like a rhino, where socks were down his underpants. That's from Paula in Manchester. Well, Coogan does that, doesn't he? He puts them cover pictures up because he wants to get your attention to watch the video, because he's paid on views. That's all he's bothered about. You people, when you watch Coogan's videos, he gets paid money. Every £1 million he gets, every million views he gets £10,000, doesn't he? Yeah, because it's £10,000 for every million views. Well, so work that out. £10,000 for every million views. 24. Is the Usyk WBA Lebedev spanner in the works a problem, or is it Bellew bottling it, Porky? Carlin Bowlby. I think that it's I think it's a bit of both, really. I don't think Tony Bellew's frightened of anybody, but I just don't think he wants to fight Usyk myself at cruiserweight, because he's coming down a weight and he'll be petrified. He'll feel better at heavyweight. At cruiserweight he was getting dropped by Makabu. Wanted to what's Usyk going to do to him, a natural cruiserweight. He's going to bash him up, innit? You know, he's already bashed Vladimir up in sparring, so who the fuck's Tony Bellew? Do you know what I mean? Tony Bellew's CV is piss poor, innit? Who has he beat? He's beat 3 world champions, Hay twice, shot to bits, and Cleverly that he dragged up £25 and won in a split decision. So as far as I'm concerned, who has Tony Bellew beat? Who was elite? He's only fought one elite guy, hasn't he? Stevenson, and he got knocked out. So his career's been based on mainly his mouth and hype, and being an extra in a Rocky film. Because I don't see anything on his CV that's any good, really. You know, he's a B-level fighter. He's a Euro-level fighter, isn't he? Basically, that's it. Cleverly and Hay, at that stage of the game, were Euro-level, weren't they? Tony Bellew's not got an elite win. So, that's my opinion. So, I'm going to finish this now, and then we're going to go on to part 2 later. Alright, so, all the best. Shout out to my sponsors, K Official, Ali at Churchill's Tailors, SAS Digital, and the Tea Leaf Company, Brighton. Thank you very much. Keep on trucking.